Some men don't have the value to get the things that they want at the end of the day. But
so
go ahead.
If you were 40 years old,
yeah,
and you sat in a room, you had a 20-year-old here, maybe a 26-year-old there,
yeah,
and a 34-year-old there. So you would put that 26 and 34-year-old in a category of just, I would smash because they're older, probably been through more, but I would commit to that 20-year-old at 40 years old because she hasn't caught a lot of bodies or she hasn't been through relationships.
It's more than that when a man is choosing a woman, right? Men are looking for characteristic traits, how the woman carries herself. The man is looking for a multitude of things, right? When he's looking for to grant a relationship. Just like y'all women looking for a multitude of things before y'all gonna give a man to, because y'all hold the key to we hold the key to relationships. So you look for all of these characteristic traits before you spread your legs open to a man. Cool, granted, right? All I'm saying is men, we look for a multitude of characteristic traits before we grant a relationship to a woman. That's all I'm saying. So when a man in that situation, if he's looking at things, what would generally, without knowing anything, generally what would have the highest probability? The younger woman would have the highest probability of being pure, being more feminine, being this and this, and being pure, where the younger woman hasn't been molded by the world, so she's more able to follow the man's lead. That's what I'm saying. But there could be other things in it. Maybe that 20-year-old came from a broken home and didn't have a father. Maybe the other girl had more of some guidance and came from a two-parent household and had some values instilled in her. So he may choose the girl that's 28 over the girl that's 18 because it aligns with what he's looking for better. That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to purity. That's what it all comes back to.
You don't think about it as like
manipulation?
No, I'm saying
I granted that. Both parties do that.
But just because you have a daughter,
Tom, can anyone understand this?
It's not that we're not understanding, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like when somebody says, I don't agree with you, the first thing out of your mouth is, oh, you don't understand, you're lost in emotion. No, I'm allowed to agree to disagree. Is it because
we're women and we're lost in emotion?
Wait, what?
I just don't disagree with some of the stuff you say, but I understand. I just don't agree.
Okay, that's totally fine. But
what you had? I was lost in emotion.
I feel like everything.
I mean, you were, but go ahead.
I'm not.
Everything that's being said, like, you're automatically on the defense, especially when it comes to her. Like,
thank you.
You're automatically on the defense, and you keep saying emotion. Bro. But I feel like you're being emotional as well. You're being emotional as well, though.
Passion is a form of emotion, right? I'm being passionate about the things that I'm speaking about.
It's okay for you to do it because you're a man, but if she does, it's a problem. And it's her emotion.
And I'm annoying.
Listen.
And she's annoying.
Stop it. Because when I'm the host of the podcast, and y'all came here for me, right? What I'm saying is this, right? What?
We came because we wanted to discuss the topics.
Okay, and we're all discussing
it's not
that.
Just for you.
But listen, but listen. The difference of it, you got to be able to differentiate things. You're trying to say that we're all emotional. Incorrect. I'm saying that I'm passionate and I'm listening to y'all and literally refuting all of your arguments to the point where we're staying on this topic for so long because I'm listening, and then I'm like, okay, let me, be very tactical with this approach and analyze this so I can give a good response, and I'm using active listening skills. That's not being emotional. I'm hearing y'all and then giving a response. Right. Some of my responses, I host a podcast. I'm not these other podcasts that got two hosts. So I got to be charismatic. So what I get is passion and charismaticness. I got to be screaming here, doing a little bit of this here. This is for the audience. I'm sure the audience is having a good time. What is it, 12 p.m.? And we got over 200 people, 300 people in here right now? What are you talking about? So obviously it's lit. But listen.
No.
What?
It's what time?
It's 12:13.
It's time for me to eat. Damn. But I have a question though.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Real quick, hold your question. Let me just finish up with her because I don't want to be moving all around. Did you have anything else with what you were saying?
No, I'm just saying it feels like everything that she's saying, and this is how it's coming off, but the way you speak to her and how you raise your tone when she's saying something versus when we're all saying something that you might disagree with is very different, and I think it's just very uncomfortable. That's how it's coming off. Fine. That's how it's coming off.
Is everyone the same in this room? No, y'all not the same. Y'all all gave different responses, right? And y'all all carried yourself differently, even when y'all gave the response, right? And I don't think anyone really interrupted me during this podcast but her.
Can I say my question? That's not really a question.
Interrupted.
Can I say my statement?
I don't think. I got you.
Can I say
real
it?
quick? Let me just finish my statement. I got you. I don't think, and even with that, like she's like, can she say it? And then gotta go. Me and you is always back and forth. All I'm saying is the reason why our dialect is different from y'all dialect, right? Is just because she's different from y'all, and she's different from all of y'all too. So it's not like. Y'all looking for all of this equalness. Like females always looking for like equal thing. Well, you're not treating this person equally to this person because y'all different. I'm not gonna treat y'all all equal, like all the same. You're not gonna get she's giving me different responses, so she's gonna get a different response back. Go ahead.
All right, but I get that. I get that whole scenario.
Got you.
Right?
You got something else.
And I get everything that you're saying, but I do feel like you cannot sit here and act like you're completely a saint because you're literally interrupting each and every. I mean, I haven't really spoken because I can get disrespectful, but like you literally interrupted every single person here, but you did like interrupt her more. Right?
Correct.
But that's not my point.
Flat out told me to shut up.
That's not my point,
correct.
right? But you're telling other people to stop talking for you, but you won't stop talking for them. And I get that you're the host. Respect. Thank you for having me here. It's gorgeous. Okay, but like,
appreciate that.
I definitely feel like you should be treating everybody like they're a human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But do you believe in a hierarchy?
No, I don't care. I don't care for that.
So,
I feel like you and me are
fine.
the same. It doesn't matter the gender, the race, the age difference. I don't care about none of that. I definitely feel like though everybody should be treated equal. If she's talking, I'm gonna let her talk. I don't care if this is my house or whoever's house.
I got you. Life just doesn't operate like that, ladies. So this podcast is called No Fugazi, right? And this podcast on No Fugazi, the world, everything is a hierarchy in life. I'm sure she understands the hierarchy a little bit because she was in the Navy. So she understands that she got to report to this person is above this person, that person is above that person. And it's a hierarchy to things based off accomplishments, competence, and all of these other factors that's involved in it, right? So let me finish and answer your question, right? The reason why it's like this is because this is my podcast, so I am on the top of the hierarchy. So if I have to interrupt someone, I always give it back, just like I gave it back to her when I interrupt her, or if you interrupt her, I'm like, let her finish her point. It was mad times when she interrupted me, I didn't kick her off, I still let her finish her point, and I was like, wait, elaborate on that, speak a little bit more, even if I'm interrupting, because we have to have the dialogue, right? You feel what I'm saying? So me interrupting is me doing my job, and you have to respect the hierarchy. But the fact is that, audience, I need y'all to take some notes on this. Women in general don't really know how to respect any hierarchy. That's why it's hard for them to follow a man's lead, because they can't respect any type of hierarchy.
But you can at least say, excuse me. I do respect my husband. You know what the problem is? I do respect my husband, but he would never, ever talk to me however you're talking to these ladies right now. He would never. I respect him. He's higher than me because he's the man of the house. He is the breadwinner. He is the father of our children. But I would never sit here and not allow him to not say, excuse me, baby, can you let me talk real quick? Or excuse me, can you let me speak real quick? There's respect in the hierarchy. You can't expect respect when you don't give it out. So I understand why she's snapping on you, because you're not even saying like, all right, whatever. You're not even gonna let her be dead wrong at all.
All right, whatever. What do you mean?
You don't even let her be dead wrong.
Dead wrong? Oh, you mean like if she says something and she's dead wrong, then I just leave it?
Yeah, but even at that, like you're still being like,
listen, baby girl, listen. If that's not, you're looking for something that's not that, right? And the thing is, what you're looking for, something that is like, that's not masculinity. You're looking for something that says the Go Along to Get Along podcast. This podcast ain't called Go Along to Get Along.
Toxic masculinity.
Listen, ladies, I got you. Let me finish. I will. Yeah. This podcast isn't the go. And chat. This is good. The ladies is, questioning how the podcast is being ran and stuff like that, but this podcast isn't the Go Along to Get Along podcast. You think that I'm going to allow someone to walk in something to what I created? I have men on here that I speak to them much worse. Pull up my debates. I had a man in here and I'm calling this dude feminine in his face. I don't hold anything back. The same energy I give to y'all, I give to another man.
So are you higher than all?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Are you higher than all?
What do you mean higher than all?
Obviously, I feel like the hierarchy thing you're saying. So you're higher than other men because they're feminine. You're higher than us because it's your podcast.
I didn't just say that. I'm just telling you that.
But I'm asking.
How I'm speaking to y'all is the same way that I will speak to another man. I don't think that I'm higher than anyone. I believe in a higher power, right? And I respect people, and I respect the hierarchy myself. If there's another man, I have did podcasts with other guys that know things more than I do in different areas or different fields, and I respect it. If I don't know something, I'm gonna sit back and listen and get that game. right? If I don't know it. But if I do know something and they saying something that is very nonsensical and false, that ain't gonna fly with me.
Has that been her though?
Who
what you just said? I can't.
There's been a lot of y'all on the podcast.
Okay, but I'm talking about her. Like,
what about her?
You just said
she's chilling and she's fine right now. What about her?
What big ass word did this man just use?
He said nonsensical.
Okay, yeah. So was that her? So everything that she said is what she's saying? Was that?
Everything that most of the ladies here, y'all had points of contention and of things that I said, and I had to, give a rebuttal and refute some of the arguments. Meaning, refute. You make a claim, and then I make a claim that supersedes the claim you make, and then you don't like my claim. You may understand it, but you don't like it. So it's like, well, I'm not going to accept it. So I agree to disagree. That's totally fine. And what was my response? Well, you got to take out your emotions from it. And then what would y'all say? Well, we're not being emotional. Well, you're emotional too. Then I'm saying that no, baby girl. The truth is the truth. Whether if someone says 1 + 1 = 2 or 1 + 1 = effing 2, it's still 2 at the end of the day. It's not about how you say things. It's what is being said. Now, we all know that human beings are emotional. So yeah, how something is said may affect that person. Well, that person got a weakness. If this person can't see the truth, is very simple. If the truth is here, right? And if the truth, when you get the truth, it can alter your worldview by accepting the truth and then lead you on a better path. The people that accept the truth go on a better path. They are successful in their endeavors. The people that get the truth, but I don't want to accept it, I can't take it, it's too emotional, their emotions fog them from the truth, then they go on a wrong path. So I'm saying, I'm giving y'all game. If you want to take the wrong path, go ahead. If you want to take the right path, by any means, good for you. That other stripper on this podcast, like I said, she was same things I was saying to her. I was way worse than the things that I said to this other girl was crazy. It was much worse. Like I was said that. Wait, what?
She never said she was a stripper.
Wait, but we already clarified that. But my problem is that he keeps on referring back to that like she's not a human being. And aren't you a mother? Can we talk about how she's a mother instead of calling her just a stripper? Like,
well, my only thing was he said he's talking like that because of hierarchy. So from what I'm hearing, it seems like I'm lowest on the hierarchy
Steve, real quick. Yo, how the chat's in there? Should I get to the super chats?
But when I asked that question, we redirected.
Okay.
Point proven. Point's proven.
Yeah, let's get to the. Well, you already said what you said. You said
no, I just asked you a different question.
And I answered that question again. I never answered that question?
No, all I asked, so I'm the lowest on the hierarchy right now.
No one said that. What are you talking about?
That was the question I just asked.
Have your water?
Yeah, but no one said that.
No, I'm asking a question. I said, you said
Steve, switch your own car.
Speaking to us based on the hierarchy system.
No, I didn't say that. See, you weren't active listening.
No, I was, but you said a lot, so I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say.
Got you. So what I said that when I talked about the hierarchy, I was referring to when she was talking about cutting people off. She said, well, when you're cutting us off and you're cutting us off more than we're cutting you off. And you're cutting her off more than you're cutting us off. And then I had to explain the hierarchy to things. I said that, well, guess what? I'm here because this is my podcast. And y'all are under, right? And then we got to speak about who's saying the most nonsensical and illogical things and also interrupting.
I asked you, was it her?
And listen, and also interrupting. I said, well, it's very simple. It was her. So that's why she was getting a different energy and different verbiage from me. Y'all saying that at the end, bro, it's, like, what the heck, y'all? We was on this for that long, and at the end of the day, this shows it very, very clearly. Women don't know how to really take guidance from a masculine man. It's because they was being influenced incorrect.
You just said yourself you were feminine.
Wait, what? When did I ever say that?
You kept saying that you lack masculinity.
No one ever said that. No, that's different. I said that before in the beginning. No one's talking about now. I'm talking about every man, any man, to become a man. When you're freaking 18, 17 years old, you think that you are as masculine if you actually learn from your mistakes as when you're 35 years old? No. It takes time to acquire value and time to acquire masculinity and a multitude of other things.
To be fair,
so I'm not saying any of that. But let me get to these super. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I just want to make a comment. To be fair, I don't think because you can raise your voice and speak your opinion very loudly that you're masculine. In my opinion, I think you sitting here, to me, you come off to me very feminine.
Sure, great.
And very sassy. That's why nobody here is respecting
me.
Exactly, because you're not respectable.
I mean,
you're not respectable. The way you talk to women is disgusting. Like,
well, I mean, if you want to go, you can go.
Disgusting.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're masculine, you're fat, you're overweight, and hey, it is what it is. That's a masculine trait. Being big. That's a masculine trait. Peace. Let's get this on. Let's get this on recording. Peace, ladies. Get up out of here. See the door.
Not you.
Get up out of here. See the
leaving. That's so corny.
It's right there, right on the couch.
That
get out of here.
That's so
get up out of here.
Sweet. It's giving sweet.
Oh, and she threw stuff.
It's giving.
We got that. Get up out of here, little fat obese John.